Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 13, episode 12. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So before we get into the Housewives, did everybody hear that little Miss Pretty Mess Erica Girardi now has a Vegas residency? She has a Vegas residency at the House of Blues starting August the 25th through December 16th. Which tells me that a lot of people who will be visiting for BravoCon will definitely be down to the House of Blues. Now listen, Erica, she's got some Billboard hits. I don't know if it's the dance track or if it's like the electronica Billboard track, but she's got some Billboard chart hits, you know. So I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people there supporting her. I sure hope some of this money is going to the victims. I'm just saying. Also, this season, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dorit is having another Homeless Not Toothless event. Listen, I hope at this event they're going to say that they have decided to update and change the damn name. None of us will ever forget it though. Homeless Not Toothless. I'm just saying. I'd rather be toothless and have a home. That's all. That The Real Housewives of OC dropped their new trailer. I am so excited to see Tamra back. From what I understand, Tamra and Fancy Pants Heather Dubrow are going to war this season, and I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. The Real Housewives of the OC and The Real Housewives of Atlanta went on the Family Feud last week, so that'll be a good episode to see those two go against each other, playing the feud. All right, so we know that last week they filmed The Real Housewives of Jersey Reunion, and honey, listen, things is going down. Bravo posted the seating chart, and both Teresa and Melissa are sitting in the chairs next to Andy. When the reunion was over, Teresa unfollowed Melissa, Jackie, and Joe. She still currently follows Margaret, Dolores, Jennifer, and Danielle. She does not follow Rachel, so I don't know if she ever followed Rachel, but I doubt it. She also posted a message on Instagram after the reunion that said, "When the wrong people leave your life, the right things start to happen." So, you know, I heard it went down between Teresa and Louis and the Gorgas at this reunion. I heard that it's going to be a whole lot of yelling and screaming. So what they're saying is, Teresa says that she was told by Jacqueline that Melissa and Joe were part of the reason that she went away, you know, to the big house. Melissa tells her, "No, you went away because you are a effing criminal." And Teresa replies, "Oh, okay. So you guys are going then too?" Okay. Oh my gosh. You know, I don't want anybody going to the big house, but I wouldn't be surprised, not even in the least, if, you know, Joe ended up in jail. I'm just saying. Andy Cohen has come out and said that the reunion was very long. They only had a 1-hour break. He says there's a lot of new material to get into, a lot of new accusations that were thrown out. He did say that the level of hate between Melissa and Teresa was at an all-time high and that the gloves were absolutely off at this reunion. Andy did say that he was trying to control the room, that it was just too much going on, and at one point he almost just walked off stage and said forget it. He was annoyed because he had a late dinner that he was supposed to attend after the reunion. He also says that during the reunion he drank 2 tequilas. I mean, they must have been working that damn man's nerves. Jeez. He also said that he woke up at 3:30 a.m. to actually process everything that went down at this reunion. Dang, they really put him through it. He says that by 4:30, he had already sent off an email to the producers telling them his thoughts on the reunion and his suggestions for next season. He also said that he was really annoyed at most of them for always trying to have the last word, There has been rumors that he was yelling at Teresa. He said that he absolutely did not yell at Teresa. However, he did have to go off on her a little bit, a little more than he's ever done before. He apologized to her. We also hear that Joe Gorga and Frank are actually trying to get their own spinoff. So they're shopping around a show. Joe tried to say that Frankie Jr. had called him to bash Louis, stating that Louis was a bad employer, and Dolores immediately shut it down. I heard that they got Frankie on the phone, and Frankie said that he never called Joe. And I said, daggone it, Dina's husband said that he never called you either. Joe is a big old liar, and I'm hearing that Frank tried to back Joe up. And I'm thinking that Frank is trying to back Joe up so that they can work together to get this show, so that, you know, this will be an extra paycheck, because Frank is a disbarred attorney. He's not working, is he? Joe Gorga also tried to say that Gia called him and told him that he should leave Melissa. Andy ends up getting on the phone with Gia. I said, oh my God, Andy Cohen is now the assistant. Andy Cohen gets Gia on the phone, and she swears on no that she absolutely never called Joe and told him to leave Melissa. She did call Joe, but she said the conversation was not about Melissa. It was her crying and begging him to attend the wedding. She did not tell him to leave Melissa, and I believe her. This little girl is not going to swear on no about, you know, asking him to leave Melissa. They're also stating that at some point in the reunion, Teresa runs off crying. Also hearing that Jen Fessler and Jackie were barely on set, and that Jen Fessler didn't even speak. You know, listen, we don't need Jackie, Jen Fessler, or Rachel next season. They're reporting that all the guys went in on Louis at some point except for Bill, Paulie, and Nate. They're saying that Frank actually went at Louis extremely hard. And I said, you know what? Frank has absolutely no business going in on Louis, period. This is Frank just trying to get his own show. And we are not that interested in you at all, Frank. And nobody cares about little bitch boy Joe. Honey, listen, this is probably going to end up being one of those 4 parts when they could actually just make it a 2-part and leave us the hell alone. But no matter what, I'm excited to see it. Also, people were making a big deal that Jennifer did not go out to dinner with Dolores and Teresa after the reunion. She went online and posted that she couldn't go out to dinner with them after the reunion because her father was having a medical procedure and she had to take him for his surgery the next day. However, she did stop at a New York pizzeria wearing her "Don't Be a Booga Wolf" t-shirt. And, you know, Jennifer is too daggone much. Can I also say that somebody asked her on Watch What Happens Live about her telling Melissa's information to Danielle.
You know, there were times where I was just going to keep it to myself, but at the end of the day, I signed up to do a reality show to be authentic in whatever's going on in my real life. Have it be an affair, have it be my gay brother, whatever it is, I need to live my authentic life, and that is what was going on. So,
okay,
I'm saying shut the hell up, okay? This is wrong. This is wrong, and you are shucking and jiving. The point is, you should just say you're sorry. You didn't like it when it was done to you, and so now you're trying to shuck and jive around it and say that, well, you're on TV, you're filmed. That's not how you was acting when your kid was talking about she wants to be a relationship therapist. You didn't feel that way then. Now you're trying to make light of it because you did the same thing to Melissa. No, Jennifer, you wrong there. I'm sorry, that was wrong. All right, so on to the show. So the show picks up right where we left off. Of course, the girls are still in Ireland. They're still at the restaurant and they're about to leave. Jen Fessler's entire shirt is wide open, and I think it's so disrespectful and rude. There are grown people trying to eat a sensible meal, not trying to see all of your breast. I'm just saying. A lot of the girls thought that that was absolutely funny. It was hilarious. I thought it was really tacky. You guys have already acted a fool in that restaurant. All that screaming and hollering. There are people there trying to have a romantic meal. There's other people there just trying to enjoy the atmosphere, not hearing all this screaming and hollering from an argument that you guys have been having for the last 11 episodes. We don't give a damn. Marge, if you have an arsenal, we don't give a damn. Nobody cares. Rachel, I don't care if you are a rat or not. I don't care. What we do know is that you like to start shit. We know that you like to spread drama and you also love to gossip. But I love a little gossip myself. Anyway, it does not matter because this is not about me. What it is about is that these ladies are having these same arguments every single day, over and over. Who cares? Marge is the one that keeps saying, if you say you forgive somebody and you're over it, then just be over it. Marge, then why aren't you over it, ma'am? Why can't you let this shit go? You made her a nice little logo, okay? What do you expect for her to do? Kiss your ass for the rest of her life? Take your logo back. I'm sick of it. Then they show Melissa drunk. Lord have mercy, the woman gets frisky when she's drunk. Everybody's different though. When I get drunk, I like to laugh uncontrollably. It's really a mess. I can't stop laughing. I just get tickled. Anyway, I guess it's better to be a happy drunk and a laughing drunk than a mean one. I don't know. Anyway, Melissa is getting really sexy, okay, when she's drunk. And she makes this comment about possibly drunk dialing her ex. And I say, well, that's not a really good comment to make in front of your sister-in-law. Especially when your sister-in-law doesn't like you. And she thinks that you're possibly cheating on her brother. Yeah, no ma'am, no ma'am. I think you ought to narrow your drinks down to 2. Possibly 3, but after that, cut yourself off before you mess around and say something that you can't walk back. You know what they say, that drunk people speak sober thoughts. I'm just saying. Marge makes some kind of comment about seeing her insides or something. And you know what, Marge, you are right. We have seen your inside and you are disgusting. You are really an awful person from the inside out. I mean, seriously, lady, your behavior leaves a lot to be desired. And if your behavior proves anything, it proves that you are bad on the inside. You've got to leave people the hell alone. And you know, mostly, Marge, one thing that could help you inside is minding your own damn business. Speaking of minding your own business, peeps, listen. This has nothing to do with the show, but I'm going to share it with you because it irritated me a little bit. Get down in the comments and let me know how you would have reacted to this. So I'm working on my physical fitness and I do a lot of walking. Okay, so I'm someone who works from home. You know, once COVID happened, my employer sent all of us home. Anyway, on breaks and at lunch, I always walk the neighborhood. If I don't walk the neighborhood, I walk the trail. So yesterday I'm out walking, minding my business. You know, I've got my earbuds in and I'm, doing my thing. Anyway, my next door neighbor says, hey. I said, hello. She said, you don't work? I said, what? She said, you don't work? My husband says that he sees you walking around the neighborhood, 4 or 5 times a day. I was taken aback, but I watch Fear Thy Neighbor. So I tried to act appropriate, with my neighbors because you just never know. I said, well, it's nice of your husband to mind my business. And she didn't say anything. After that, I said, I do have a job. I work from home and I walk for fitness reasons. And she says, oh, okay. I was ticked. Okay, how the hell are you to ask me if I work? Why are you minding my business? And shouldn't you go ask your husband why he's minding my business? Ugh. Anyway, all of that to say, Marge should mind her business. You know what? If Marge minded her own damn business, there would be a lot less issues on this show and a whole lot less arguments. I'm just saying. So while they're at the castle, Dolores' future mother-in-law stops by and I was super excited. I want Dolores to get married. I want Dolores to have the happy ending. She got treated like dirt with Frank and then David was a complete jackass. So I want all the good stuff for Dolores. Her mother-in-law, I think her name was Claire, she was adorable. She's a tiny lady. I really liked her. And you know what? Paul looks just like his mama. I'm telling you, they've got the same haircut and everything. Anyway, I agree with her how she felt about that calendar. When Dolores showed her that calendar, she said they are not hot. I said, girl, you ain't lying. Not one of them. That calendar was a no-go for me. You know what I like about the whole situation? Paulie's family, they like Dolores. They really do. And Dolores seems really happy and that she likes them as well. That's why I want the best for Dolores. I hope her and Paulie get married. It was really nice to see Teresa and Melissa have a nice little moment when Teresa makes the comment that Melissa has always been good with her parents. Of course, you know, she had to throw a little shade in the confessional. And I said, why can't you just take this moment for what it is? It's a good moment between you and Teresa. She did admit publicly and in front of the whole group that you were good with her parents. Let that go. I also appreciate that the ladies were on their best behavior in front of Dolores's future in-laws, because you know how they act. Now, Danielle, her getting all worked up and emotional throughout this entire episode. I mean, she was worked up at the breakfast with the in-laws. She was also worked up later at the hen party. And I just felt so bad for her. At this time, I don't understand why she can't throw out an olive branch to her brother-in-law and sister-in-law. You know, maybe even start with the sister-in-law, because she seems to have had some sort of issue with the sister-in-law. I don't know why she can't just ask the sister-in-law, can they meet up for a little lunch or a few drinks, and try to start the process of healing their relationship. It's clearly killing her on the inside, and we saw how her father was affected. He was crying and upset about this too. Family is very important, and I hate to see anybody's family fall apart. I feel the same way about Teresa, Joe, and Melissa as well. The only thing is we've been dealing with this for like 11 seasons or longer, and I don't care anymore. I'm sick of them. I just want Joe and Melissa off the show so that the rest of the girls can move past this. We can't have the Joe, Teresa, and Melissa show anymore. Now, honey, listen, they're having this hen party for Teresa, and they didn't even have to tell us what a hen party was because, you know, we found out on the Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, they have decided to have this bachelor party at a farm. And I said, well, you know, personally, I don't want to have my bachelorette party at a farm. I don't want any strippers, but I damn sure don't want any chickens there either. But I grew up in Deepwater, West Virginia, where we had plenty of chickens and all kinds of farm activity. I tell you what, there's nothing worse than naming your chicken, helping raise your chicken, and then one day there's chicken on the table and your chicken is missing. Damn, that's a hard life. I'm telling you. I don't know how I made it through. Anyway, this is not about me. If I had a bachelorette party, I'd like to have a nice dinner. You know, a nice fancy restaurant with my good girlfriends, some wine, you know, a little risotto, you know, just a little dinner. And then after that, go to a nice club that has a dance floor so that we could dance the night away. That's all I want. I don't want any strippers. I don't like all that gyrating and everything. I don't want some strange man's business in my face. I just think it's nasty. Anyway, to each his own. Now, Jen tells us that this farm situation was a surprise, but that's a lie because all the girls had on their little yoga pants and tennis shoes. If they didn't know that this was what was happening, they would have definitely been dressed to the nines. So they knew they was going somewhere where they was going to need tennis shoes and they were going to be dirty. They played some kind of game where you catch the chicken. Now, Danielle wasn't doing it. She said, she was pretty in pink, damn it, and she is absolutely not running around in there trying to find a chicken. You know, one thing I did notice, after they got finished catching the roosters, did anybody see a washing station? I didn't see a station where you wash your hands, because, you know, maybe that was cut out in editing, but I'm not moving on from this coop until I've washed my hands. I didn't even see anybody with a bottle of hand sanitizer. I'd take that in a pinch. I'm just saying. So then they decide that they're going to draw pictures or paint pictures of Teresa's life. And I started crying. Goodness gracious. When she said, please don't anybody draw the pictures of jail. Don't put up any bars. I started crying. I said, oh gosh. That was such a hard time in that woman's life. I mean, it would be a hard time in anybody's life. Anyway, it was such a hard time for Teresa because, you know, she was separated from her family. And she didn't get to spend all that time with her mom, and then her mom passed. And it was harder on her because I truly believe that she didn't know what was happening. I think this was all Joe's fault. So it really made me sad for her. This situation traumatized the hell out of her and her children. And I am really sorry that she had to go through that. And I'm also sorry that she thought these ladies would be that savage that they would put that up there. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Marge. But anyway, moving on. When she went outside, the farmer guy gave her a tiny puppy because he knew she was so sad, and that puppy was so cute. And you know what? I believe in puppy therapy. You can hand me a tiny puppy anytime, and I would just be super happy about it. So I thought that was really cute. She got some time to hang out with that little tiny puppy. Now, Jen, girl, you could have put anything up there. You and her are close outside of the show. I would not have expected her to put up the table flip, but I get it. I mean, that whole table flip section of Teresa's life, that did put her on the housewife map. And she's been blowing up ever since. And she's had commercials and all kinds of things when she's, flipping tables and stuff. So I guess. Now, her and Melissa's picture of her and the family, that made me sad too. I said, oh gosh, I really wish that this family could put it back together. If they weren't so fame and money hungry, they could pull this together. They're all too busy trying to be the biggest, trying to make the most money. Now, when Teresa talks about wanting them to be in the wedding, and she wanted Gino to possibly be in the wedding, I did see on the after show that Melissa was saying she skipped over Antonia and asked for Gino. I don't know what the big deal is. What is the big deal? Does Melissa truly think that every member of her family should be a part of this wedding? I don't understand that. I don't know why she can't comprehend that her and Joe and all of their children do not have to be in the wedding. Not only that, Teresa asked you if you wanted to be in the wedding. Okay, the way she asked, I probably would have said no. But the point is she did ask and you said no. However, ever since you said no, you have brought it up about 4 or 5 times about you not being in the wedding. If you want to be in the damn wedding, just say that. This is ridiculous. And not only that, why is Teresa's wedding Joe and Melissa storyline? Why are you making Teresa's wedding about you and about your mama and sister? This is her wedding that she is paying for, that she should be able to invite and include whoever the hell she wants to. You and Joe have not put one dime in on this wedding, but you have so much to say about it. Teresa, at some point in the episode, which I can't even remember, I guess I'm all over the place, makes some kind of comment that she doesn't have family. I don't think she meant that she doesn't have family like Joe and Melissa. I think when she says that, she means she doesn't have family because her mom and dad are gone. Teresa doesn't always say things the way that they should be said. She doesn't always use her words properly. And Melissa, I think she knows that about Teresa, but she still holds these things against her. One thing is for sure, I can't wait for this wedding to be over. I am sick and tired of hearing about it. Teresa's up there crying. She's talking about the wedding. She's talking about wanting the family to be there. She's trying to extend an olive branch. And then Melissa says, so you want all of us to be in the wedding? And when Teresa says no, then all of a sudden Melissa gets a complete attitude about it. Why couldn't you just take the olive branch, let Gino be a part of the wedding, and then all of you show up and celebrate Teresa and Louie's love? Then after that, you guys can try to build upon it. Stop going backwards. One thing I did agree with is when Melissa said, let's not talk about the past. I think that would be great. If you guys could just say, hey, starting now, we are going forward. We're not going to talk about any of the shit from the past. Let go of the past and move forward. Otherwise, you guys are going to stay on this damn merry-go-round and you're trying to take all of us with you. We want off. We want off. We have already screamed for the conductor. We have asked to hit the emergency brake. Turn off the lights. Let us off. I'm just saying. I'm just tired of Melissa being the victim. Melissa, stop it. You are not the victim. Teresa, stop it. You are not the victim. Both of you are just too damn much. Please let this wedding be over. I can't take it. Honey, when they mentioned that Bill was in the wedding, you know what? Damn it. Okay. I mean, seriously, do you have to bring it up in front of Melissa? You already know she's going to have a conniption fit. Oh my goodness. And then little bitch boy Joe over at Joe the plumber's house talking about Bill is an afterthought. You are so jealous and ridiculous, and that was so disrespectful. And the thing that pisses me off the most is when you say to somebody, no disrespect, and then you move on to disrespect the person. Everyone knows when somebody says no disrespect that you are about to disrespect them. And you know what? Bill Aiden, he's a nice guy. Because that wouldn't have rolled for me. Don't start that shit with me. Your sister did not include you in the wedding party. Because your wife is not in the wedding party. And all of you don't get along. Let it go. Just go to the wedding and shut up. Now listen, the farm spa, it seems like it was probably gross and icky. But I would have did it. Because it just reminds me as a kid playing in the mud. I had a great time. I used to make the prettiest little mud pies. You know, with the edges around the sides like a real pie. Anyway, I learned that from my mama. Anyway, listen, I would have did it. I really would have. However, I would have felt really bad getting on the Sprinter van all nasty and muddy like that. I tell you what, I probably would have apologized like 6 times to the bus driver. I feel bad we making a mess on this bus. Anyway, Dolores jumped in with no problems. I said Dolores is still a kid at heart. I like that about her. Teresa trying to lift Melissa up by the vagina. I said, no, ma'am. I would have said, no, I'll dig myself out of here, hon. We are not that close. Get your hands away from there.
I'm about to dial my
I mean, have you seen my insides?
My mother-in-law came in the room and she goes, oh, this is a putana. Why is she laying this bed?
No, I have to say, Melissa, she was always great with my parents.
Like, do they think they're the hot?
They think they're hot, yes.
Do you think they're hot? No.
Grab them.
So don't put any bars.
Oh my God.
Only happy memories. Thank you.
Do you like puppies?
Yeah.
Dad, your mom, you, your brother.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down memory lane at all.
All right, going forward, we should just not even talk about the past.
I
That's
agree.
it.
That's why I got upset on the bus yesterday.
I was not trying to say anything bad about Antonia. Like, you know, I love your children. I was like, should we have Gino walk down the aisle with Adriana with
Are
me?
you asking them to be in your wedding? All of them?
No, I'm just saying I want just happiness and peace. Louis asked Bill to be in the wedding.
Bill Aiden, who Louis knows literally 12 months.
It's just nice because I don't have family.
This is why it's very hard for me to believe that she really wanted Gino to be in her wedding. I feel bad for Danielle.
You may think it sucks, but you're talking. Put your guards down, because nothing else matters. Yes!
Hey!
She's holding your vagina!
I can't get my leg out. You crawl.
Then we see them back at the castle, and Danielle is having a complete breakdown. She's leaning on her husband, which is the best thing to do, considering that, you know, she can't lean on any of these girls, except for maybe Jen or Teresa. I really do feel sad for her and her brother's situation. But you know what? She can turn it around. Just give an olive branch to your brother-in-law and definitely to your sister-in-law. I don't think that your brother's going to come around 100% if you disrespect his wife. So just give it a shot. Then we see Marge outside dressed like the Wicked Witch from Once Upon a Time, talking to Joe and the assistant, Lexi. Honey, we found out that Lexi is living in the guest house at Marge's house. Now, didn't we have a whole lot of rumors about Joe the plumber possibly having a relationship allegedly with old Lexi? Lexi and her son is living out in the guest house and spending time in the big house, helping Joe set up his marijuana party. I said, look at Marge married to her own little disheveled drug addict. Anyway, she made it her business to let Joe know that Bill Aiden was in the wedding. And you know what I said. I said, as soon as they get over there, how long is it going to take for Joe to drop the news to Bitch Boy that Bill's in the wedding? Honey, listen, it took him 2.6 seconds to let him know, oh, Bill's in the wedding. Joe is just like his wife, the king of gossip. Joe makes some kind of comment that his nieces always have a lot to say about him. And you know what, Joe? I would like to say that you always have a lot to say about them, their mama, and their daddy. And at this point, Gia is an adult. So if she's got a lot to say about you, then I don't blame her. Because you best believe, normally, I think that children should stay in a child's place and they should never say anything or disrespect their elders. But with Gia's situation, the way I am about my parents, say something about my parents if you want to. You gonna get all the smoke. I am here for all the shits when it comes to my parents. And I think Gia is the same way. You and Melissa don't have any problems talking shit about her family, her parents, and her siblings. So why should she not be able to speak about the two of you? She's grown now. And she's able to say what she needs to say when she needs to say it. So when the guys are all sitting around talking about the trip, Rachel Fuda's husband, he's going to say something about the situation with Danielle calling his wife a rat. You know, my biggest thought was, Mr. Fuda, stay the hell out of this. Let the ladies handle this business. They have this whiskey tasting.
Bill is in the wedding as well.
No. This is nobody's first wedding. What is going on here?
You're in a wedding party, I hear, right?
We got asked.
No disrespect to you. You're an afterthought. Bill's like Jennifer. Okay, I'll come into your wedding. He's in the wedding.
No, I'm telling you. No.
You're in the wedding?
No.
You're in the wedding?
If you don't ask me from the beginning, then, hey, anything after, doors are closed for me.
Is that with the wine glasses?
You're pouring them all in the cup. You're not even drinking them all.
No, she lives
Honoring me.
Where we stand, how we are.
Who are you talking to? Who, me and you?
Yeah, you guys. Like, are we able to just carry on?
No, you know why? You brought up that she has this arsenal of information.
But you can't go and tell her that we were both having the conversation?
What'd you mean when you said it? So what'd you mean when you said it?
First of all, calm the down. Don't be talking to me like this. Look, well, you changed everything I said to you to make me out to be the bad guy, and I'm not going to allow you to do that.
I think you guys are putting it on Danielle, but she's repeating what she heard. And I love you both, but she didn't do all of this, if I'm being honest. So Margaret should be mad at her for saying that.
Wait a minute. What are they saying about me?
What your friend is saying.
Oh, God, please don't say anything.
A lot of stuff.
I love that people are so obsessed with me that they talk about me nonstop.
We're not obsessed over you. You need to take it down 2 notches.
All kids know that her husband around on her because of you.
Thank you.
You can forgive, but you don't forget.
I'm gonna tell you something point blank. That's why you're gonna have problems in your family your whole life. You will never have a clean slate with anybody if you keep bringing up old and that's fact. You can forgive, but you can't forget. You pull that your whole life, you will never move past anything.
Margaret, that's not nice, Margaret.
By the way,
Jennifer Aiden, she is sucking down the whiskey. She is over here telling Jen Fessler how she's supposed to drink. Jen Fessler is taking a sip and then pouring the rest out. Jen Aiden don't appreciate it. She thinks you should drink the whole thing. Next thing you know, she is lit up. Can't hardly hold a fork. I said, oh gosh, she clearly doesn't want to be able to get up and walk away from the table. And you know the way you and the ladies scream and holler and fuss and fight, you might need to get up quick. I mean, seriously, girl, you need to stay a little sober when you're hanging out with this group. Marge making that comment about people being obsessed. I chuckled a little. I said, Marge, are you kidding me? The way you nonstop talk about Jennifer, the way you are always talking about Teresa, the way you are always up Danielle's ass. Ma'am, I think that you need to look up obsessed. You are obsessed with the 3 of them. Goodness gracious, shut your lips up. And you know, when Marge made that comment about Danielle not being able to forgive, and the first thing I thought about was this.
I don't see your children anywhere, so don't ever talk about me. If you'd spend a little time with your kids, maybe they'd still be here. Maybe you'd see your grandkids, and maybe maybe, just maybe you'd have a relationship with them.
You don't even know my kids and the
Nobody
children.
knows your kids. They're nowhere around.
Yeah.
They are not around you. Get
Danielle?
over it.
Marge, your grown children don't even mess with you. How dare you say that to Danielle? And you know, I do not appreciate the gang up on Danielle. I hate to see it. I really do. But one thing is for sure, Danielle, I really like you. I think you are a great addition to this show. But if you are going to stay on this show, I really need you to get some backbone. You cannot be a confessional gangster and then run off and cry later. You have got to keep that same energy. Otherwise, you're like chum in the water. Marge is Jaws, and she is going to eat you up every chance she gets. And Rachel is going to try to loud talk as much as she can in order to rev Marge up to come for you. You have got to get backbone, or you have got to get on. No, ma'am. Now, I know that Marge is mad at Danielle because Danielle has Jennifer's back, but that was a low blow, and Danielle did not deserve that. Did anybody notice that Rachel is the one who started yelling? And then when Danielle got pissed off, then all of a sudden Rachel wants to backtrack, and then she wants Danielle to calm down. I said, oh no, girl, you are not about to try to play her like she's crazy. You was real fly at the mouth, pointing across the table and talking loud, but as soon as she gave you a little rah-rah back, all of a sudden Danielle needs to calm down? No, ma'am. Melissa did have a big point. She says, why is Danielle getting all of this heat when you guys should be mad at Jennifer, because they're the ones who was talking to Laura and shared the information with the rest of the group? And that is facts. And you know why Marge and Rachel are not trying to get mad at Teresa and Jennifer? Because neither one of them can handle the mouth of Jennifer and Teresa. Neither one of them. Marge don't want all them drinks on her. Rachel, if you come back next season, you need to remove yourself from up Marge's ass. You no longer need to be Marge's pet. You keep talking about how Danielle chose sides. I think you did too, ma'am. And Marge, if you don't stop talking about Danielle, Jen, and Teresa are talking to Laura and repeating her alleged rumors, didn't you go all season last season repeating alleged rumors about Louis? And you didn't have any problems with that. You didn't see any issues with it. So why can't they repeat what Laura said? Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.